everybody, and welcome to Roll Together RPG and to the next episode of our Myth and Mythios series. My name is Josh. I use he, him pronouns, and I shall be your game master for tonight. And as you can see, I am joined by two rather lovely people who are going to be playing two rather lovely, if not somewhat confused characters. I'm going to start off with Tallia.
Hello, my name is Tallia. Tallia, she, her, playing Eudora. She, mostly just generally confused in general. Also, everyone else around her seems to be confused about someone she doesn't know, so... just like
You're all having a time. I'm just gonna look at my tin for a bit.
Yeah, I'm like, I guess I'm here to be helpful, but also, I don't have any of these emotional reactions. But, yeah. I mean, she's got some really fantastic tin.
Yeah.
And that's
Great
what's most
tin.
important. Yeah.
The most important.
Next, we have Nat.
Hello, I am Nat. I use she, her pronouns, as is my character, Phig / Tisiphone the Unfallen. Yes, confused, sad, but not really, but not sure why. Have wet face. Unexplained. We've all been there.
Face wet. Why? Anyway, before we get into tonight's session, we have a couple of sponsors and supporters that we'd like to thank. Our sponsor for tonight is Phoenix Dice. You can go to phoenixdice.com to get yourself some clickety-clack math rocks, including some limited edition Roll Together dice, which Nat is showing off right now. If you use code Roll Together, all caps, at checkout, you can get 25% off of your purchase. We're also proud to be supported by Homie and the Dude. Homie and the Dude is a father and son TTRPG company that make really cool supplement books for D&D and other TTRPGs. They've done The Wandering Tavern. They're currently doing Scorched Basin. If you go to their link, which is their website, which is linked below, it will show you what Kickstarters they have available and what they have for sale in their shop. If you'd like to buy anything from their shop, use code Roll Together, all caps at checkout, to get 10% off of your purchase. Massive thank you to the D20 Club Dice Heads and other tiers on Patreon. They are fantastic. They are the best. You can join them from as little as one of your local currency per month, or one goat, which must be sent to Tom, as we've established, for a variety of different reasons, by following all of the links below. Speaking of below, if you like what you see, please do consider liking this video, subscribing to our YouTube channel, and commenting down below. It helps the algorithm tell us what you like, so we know what to make more of for you. And I think with all of that, we are going to dive into tonight's session. In our last episode, Tisiphone and Eudora made their way towards the dryads. So I did it again. Made their way towards the grove, where they were reintroduced to Barker and Oakley. There was some heartfelt conversations had on the journey there between Eudora and Theo, but you managed to make your way towards the grove and had a little look around, managed to get the purchase of the herbs, or at least that transaction started. There were a couple of extra herbs that Sap, the stall holder, needed to go get, so she went off to go do that. You managed to buy some tin from a half-tooth-mouthed man who somehow struck up some sort of scientific bargain with Eudora, although completely oblivious as to what that actually means. You then made your way over to go and see Furnace inside of his tree and his blacksmithing tree.
Furnace at the furnace.
Furnace in the furnace, which is both spelled differently, which is sort of in its own space, interdimensional space type thing. And you all had a conversation, and then the conversation sort of began to twist towards the last time Tisiphone and Theo were there, and the gear that they picked up from Furnace, and how he doesn't actually take gold of any sort from anywhere for it. He is paid in performing or singing or something like that. Theo didn't do it. Tisiphone definitely didn't do it. So who did? Eudora, being incredibly what's the word I'm looking for? Imaginative, used the prestidigitation spell to layer effects behind the group, sort of a cloud that sat just above Tisiphone's height, and then the sound of a lyre playing from behind, which caused Furnace and Theo to go, yeah, no, I recognise that, and I don't know why. Tisiphone had no reaction whatsoever, or at least no controllable reaction to it, other than the tears that just came streaming out of your face. And as you went to storm out of the tree, you bumped into old friend Brock, who first of all called you Phig, which is a name that you've only told to, out of all the people here, you've only told to Eudora, and then looked past you at everybody else and was like, oh, Theo's here, Furnace is here, that's great. Where's Elpinor? And that is where we are going to pick up the session as Brock sort of makes his way in. So, excuse me, and sort of comes in, looks towards you. He's like, "Yeah, so where's Elpinor? Where's he gone? Is he around? Is he in the Great Tree?"
Who?
Elpinor, you know, your friend, the one that you travelled with. You basically lived in each other's pockets. You know, Music Man. Does the
just staring at Theo now.
I don't I remember a music band, but who? Wait, what?
Tell us everything you know, Brock.
You all came to the grove. I was selling me fish, and I met up with you. Spoke to you a little bit about where I'm from because you were intrigued in all of the runes and stuff, and I pointed you in the direction of coming to see Furnace to get your shield looked at because you had that strange V shape on it and all that sort of stuff. And we had dinner together a couple of times in the Great Hall. One of them was with the Queen, which was scary as hell. You ended up throwing your drink on Theo for some reason. And well, I know what the reason was. There seemed to be a bit of a sexual tension between Elpinor and the Queen. But then the next day, the Queen decided to keep Theo. Oh no, I left, so I don't actually know that, so scratch that. And then I had to leave the next day. Elpinor did come to me in the evening that night and said if anything were to happen, I was to get you and Theo out and take you north, but I didn't. Nothing happened that night, and I ended up leaving without you.
I remember being tempted to run to the north. Elpinor. Eudora, does that name ring any bells to you?
I got here about a month.
No, it feels familiar.
Oh, like
one of
the person, the
from the stories.
idiot.
The Forgotten.
Well,
Elpinor the Forgotten.
oh yes.
Names are a prophecy.
Oakley and Barker sort of nod in recognition as this Furnace, but Brock and Theo are like, wait a minute.
The sagas, Odysseus and his crew, they sailed. They were trying to make their way back to Ithaca. On Circe's island, they left behind Elpinor.
Didn't remember. He fell and he died, and they didn't remember him.
That sounds like a pretty shit way to go.
He fell and died, and people didn't remember him. Brock, when did you leave?
Well, you
After
left.
you saw us.
The last time I saw you, the last night I was with you, had was when you were having the conversation with the Queen. That was the night I left the next morning. Elpinor told me that if anything were to happen, that you and Theo would come to me and I'd take you, and you didn't come by morning, so I left. I needed to get back. Maroons only work at certain times, so I have to travel when they allow me to. It's actually the first time I've been back since then.
I think she's just gonna sit down. Just on the floor, just sit. How much, Josh, out of character, is this still nothing? Did you catch it?
Right then, it was bothering me.
Oh, I'll have that. And Furnace comes over and picks the bug out of your hand and just starts eating it. Waste not, want not.
Like, is this still like nothing? No memory, nothing coming back.
There's something itching at the back of your head. But those tears are still streaming down your face. You haven't stopped crying since the music was playing.
I think, yeah, she's probably in her pack got a small bladder of wine that she's just sort of sat on the floor and just started drinking.
I want to know, like, the story one. I mean, he was. I mean, it's bad to forget, but he wasn't a musician. He wasn't anything. So it's not the same.
You're right. He wasn't a musician. Where's the Music Man bit come from? I think she's just sitting there. I don't think she's doing anything. I don't think she's wondering. I think she's just kind of sitting there and sort of in her head.
Right, well, I mean, this is definitely... So you don't remember him. I don't know who you are. Points to you, Eudora. And none of you remember... Furnace, are you able to close the furnace for a little while? Yeah, I can definitely do that. Oakley and Barker, you might want to step away from the door a moment, and they both step forward. And he clicks his fingers, and you watch as the bark sort of closes up, shutting the door, and nobody else can get in. We're in our own little space. Not even the gods can hear us in here, as was the intention when it was designed. Right, well,
Sorry, how have you created a space that the gods can't hear into?
It was a gift. Eurydice wanted a place where I could work, where I could still be in the grove, because I didn't want to leave, but working with this type of heat meant that I would put the forest in danger. But Eurydice didn't want me to leave, and I didn't want to leave. So a deal was struck with the gods and the god of the forge, and I was granted this space, and I now pray to him. For some reason, he goes by a different name in different places depending on where you're from. I've travelled around a little bit, but yeah.
How is it in Hephaestus's interest to allow you to keep secrets from him?
Don't know. I just know that this place is apparently sealed off from the gods. I've not had any of them come in here, so I'm not going to question it.
Again, she's just sort of dismissed. Fine, not dealing with that.
Music Man fell forgotten. Keeping secrets. Can I make a roll for being smart, please? I'm trying to work out without metagaming, what Eudora would be able to put together without me knowing.
Make me an Arcana check, while also ritually cast an identify, I'd say.
I mean, if it helps, I'm probably playing with my tin at the forge just to think.
Rolled it with advantage then.
I want to make. Oh, that's 23.
So as you've picked up one of the smaller pieces of ore, because that's a lot easier for you to sort of flick between your fingers. As you begin thinking and sort of pull your eyeglass down to have a look around and cast Identify, as that magic begins to surge through you, the tin in the ore begins to glow this almost greyish blue colour, like it's sort of amplifying your magic a little bit. Not by much, but just a little bit. Tin does have a purpose, and it's glowing a little bit, and you have a look around and you think everybody has had some sort of you piece together what Oakley had said before, that some sort of magical memory spell has been cast on these people to forget this person called Elpinor. Although it's incredibly powerful magic, the only sort of modified magic you are aware of is one that takes away 2 or 3 minutes worth of memory, not an entire lifetime's worth.
Theoretically, something has taken like a powerful spell. Suppressed memories, taken them. But you can't take something like chemically. If you reduce something and take something away, it's less than it was unless you replace it. There'll be noticeably something missing. It can be its own whole, but it's not the same thing as the original was. So you're feeling the bonds, I think, of what's been taken from you.
But why is it that I can remember more than what Tisiphone can? Why am I the one getting the dreams where I'm hearing the music and seeing the figure more and more and more? That might be more because I've not forgotten who Elpinor is, so that might be more to do with the fact that you're not actually from these lands, boy, if I'm correct. No, I'm not from around here. That might be why then. You're their gods' magic, the magic that the gods gift the people of this place is different to the magic that is gifted where I'm from. It's different to the magic that your people would be gifted as well. It's altered. It's different in the most minuscule of ways, but different enough where we're affected differently by it. I wasn't even here, so I'd gone home by that point, so maybe it wasn't far enough to reach me. And because let's say you have a magical resistance to it, because it's not your native magic, maybe, I don't know, but that's the outcome that I'd come to. Brock has been drawing something on the floor the entire time while he's saying this.
What's he drawing?
So he's don't mind me. I'm just drawing a little runic circle, and he's sort of running around with this bit of chalk, and he begins drawing some little bits, and he reaches into a pouch and he pulls out some little stones, and he begins placing them around the circle. It's a bit of magic from my homeland. What this is going to do, Furnace, do you have anything particularly magical in this place? Well, it just sort of points to the forge. The ever-burning forge, yes, that's particularly magical. I have a couple of items that are magical back there. Right, well, they might dip out for a moment. This spell's gonna... I need everybody to stand in the circle and pick up one of these stones, please. Anybody who feels that they've had their memory altered, please stand in the circle and pick up a stone.
Who would have done this to us? Who would be powerful enough to do something like this?
I don't know, says Oakley as Oakley steps forward. I'm not sure.
I understand that this use of magic or whatever else you may call it is relatively new and people are still trying to figure it out, or humans at least are still trying to figure it out, but if this is something that only a god has the power to do, are we going to upset them by undoing it?
We're not gonna be fully undoing it, no. Just on you lot in here, I can't do... I'm not strong enough to do an entire place. Only localized.
I'm already trying to keep a low profile and hide. If this was done on purpose, if it was someone specifically that we knew that has been taken, this has been targeted to, like, it might have affected everyone here, but Theo, this was targeting us.
Yeah, but...
What have we done to upset the gods?
I don't know, but whoever it is was obviously important to us to the point where it's starting to affect what's going on. I mean, I've been having nightmares for weeks now because of it, and I wouldn't want to forget somebody like that. I want to know who this person is and why they were important to me. Don't you?
What if they were hidden for us for good reason?
If they weren't.
Exactly. What if they weren't?
What if the gods have decided that we shouldn't know who this person is, and by undoing this, we're going to incur more wrath?
They're not a monolith.
You understand why I'm trying to keep things.
They're not a monolith. They are individual. They are capricious. One being can do something that another would automatically reject, and vice versa. They keep secrets from each other. So the stories say all the time.
Also, depending on where you're from, they're complete and utter assholes. If you come to my neck of the woods, they don't care what you say or what you do. They're too busy fighting amongst themselves and bringing us into their conflicts.
We don't say that round here, just in case they're listening.
But according to Furnace, they can't hear anything we say in here. Apparently.
Is Glaukopus in here with us?
Yes, I say Glaukopus is.
Alright. Does he, because again, it's sort of sent by Athena, like, does he look noticeably like, I don't know, different, cut off from anything?
Is just looking towards you. Hasn't blinked. Hasn't turned their head in any sort of way, has just been staring at you since this conversation started.
Well, hold out the arm for him to come and land on.
Sort of flies over and lands on your arm. You can see, because the furnace is still on in here, and because he is a bit more magical, and it's a magical fire, there are like bits of cinder that are coming off of him, like part of his magic is being blown away, but it's not hurting him or anything. But it's just the two magics are, because they're two different gods, they're sort of it's like negative positive sort of magnetic reaction of pushing them away from each other. But it's not doing any harm to him. But you can just definitely see that there's like some small purple sparks coming off of him.
I'll just give him a little, like, scritch on the chest. I know that she can't hear in here. Do you think this is wise?
Pecks you on the hand and, like, gently, and then rubs his head against yours. Sign of warmth.
She'll pick up a stone, but she's looking very cagey about this whole thing.
Oakley and Barker walk in further as well. You can see as soon as they get past a certain threshold, they start sweating profusely. And they both walk in and pick up a stone and stand in the circle as well. Theo gets up and does the same, as does Furnace. I'm sorry, what was your name?
Eudora.
Eudora, right. So you don't need to stand in a circle?
No, I've never met this person, and I think it's the only way that I'm able to put things together is because I have never met them.
No, that's fine.
Over there, so my stuff doesn't blink as much.
I could use your help, actually, if that's all right.
No,
I can make the spell a lot more effective if I have you. Right. Furnace, do you still have the pyre things that you used to have? Yeah, yes, they're over there. And he walks over towards the furnace and pulls out two sort of wooden sticks that have got the strange gems sticking out the top of them. Right, I'm going to put one here. He puts one in sort of one side, and then one directly, walks around and puts one directly opposite. He then picks up one of the stones from the ring, from the circle that isn't being used, walks over to you, Eudora, and he hands you that stone. Right, you stand right here, and then he makes his way around, so he's standing directly opposite you, so you're both outside of the ring. Right, now, if you've got any form of magic, what I need you to do is put some of it into that stone, right, and then just hold it. You'll know when to release, all right?
Pick up my hammer.
You pick up your hammer and you sort of dink, and magic begins to flow into the stone, and he does the same his end. And as the magic begins to flow into it, you watch as the two pyres light up. The sort of crystals begin to flicker with flame on the inside, and then these beams of magic spread out from the two rune stones, arcing towards the two pyres. So what colour would your magic be, is the question for you.
Ooh, mine. I mean, picked up some really pretty dice, which I think...
Yeah, orangey yellow flame style dice sounds perfect.
It's a forge. I think it's the colour of the forge and also the sun. So,
Yeah.
Fire, hot fire, like red and yellow and white, and whatever that purple thing he says is in everything.
Yeah, so it does that. So that beam flicks across into the pyres. You see it sort of spin around in there and then shoots out the other side and hits towards the runestone where Brock is. The same thing happens on Brock's side. Two ice blue beams fire out from him, hit into the pyre, spin around, and then fire and hit into your runestones. And as they do, the beams then sort of shoot out over the top of the ring. And so you've got like a full circle and a dome. So as soon as the final two connect at the top and the orange and blue begin to sort of mix together and coalesce into a ball, constantly being fed, that's when this runic symbol on the floor begins to glow. And then all of your symbols in your hand, all the rune stones in your hands begin to glow. And as you look down towards them, you can just begin to feel this surge of these memories begin to come back to you. For you, Tisiphone, as you are the only player character that is currently stood inside of the circle, you begin to see memories of the meal that you had with the Dryad Queen, and the conversation that you had, you spilling the wine onto Theo, but then there's another figure that's sat there at the table next to the Queen, and that figure begins to unblur, and you can see who you know, Nat, to be Elpinor, sat there looking really nervous at the conversation that's being had at the table. It then spins down a bit, and you are within your room that you stayed in during that entire time, and you have your hand up against the door of your room, and as you go to look away, like sort of go to pull away from it, you get an image, like a secondary image, like you're looking for another set of eyes. As your owl goes to fly into your room, you can see stood on the other side, Elpinor also has his hand up against the door as he pulls his hand away and walks away from the door as the owl flies into the room. Begins to spin back even further, and you're mucking through the battlefield with Elpinor at your side, running away from these undead creatures that have risen, and then it flicks to a sense of pain rushing through you as you are on your knees, and you open your eyes and look up, and you can see Elpinor frozen in position at the top of this cliff with this strange woman stood in front of you, white hair descending down underneath this black cloak with red paint marks all over her face. And you watch as she just flicks this Elpinor off of the cliff and looks towards you, and then the name Persephone just hits your head, and then all your memories just sort of explode within your brain, and everything that you'd forgotten comes back to you, and you fall to the floor, as does everybody else.
And I think as she does, you just get the repeat of Phig screaming no as Elpinor is thrown off the cliff as well. I remember. Oh God. Theo.
Oh, Theo gets up off the floor. I will say, for Eudora and for Brock, but you're the player character, every single memory that everybody remembered was fed into you because you were a conduit. So you saw everything that Phig saw. You saw Theo's life, as parts of Theo's life as well, that included Elpinor as well, like the conversation that they had after the training incident and all that sort of stuff. You that just comes to you because you were the conduit for the whole spell. But yeah, Theo's like,
if that's the case, I'm gonna add a few more things that Eudora gets a flash of. So one is like meeting this scruffy haired guy, being on a cart, meeting this scruffy haired guy who offered her bread even though she had some, and being slightly kind of like suspicious but intrigued. Two, him playing music on the lyre, the same tune that Eudora repeated, but if it's from Fig's perspective, it feeling like a full synesthesia, like there were smells, there were colours, and it was overwhelming. Another one, being in a tavern and watching this guy perform, and everyone's eyes are on him, so no one's watching her as she's just sort of smiling warmly to herself about it. And then another one, the two of them shouting at each other in the woods and sort of not knowing what to say to each other as well. And then there's also mixed in there another one of, just as Eudora and Tisiphone and Theo would have had to sort of share a little bunk space on the cart at night, there's a, like, even though now there's like more room, a house and bed, there's like moments of the middle of the night on a cart in the middle of nowhere, stars above, sort of bugs in the background, and just one of those like where you're just sort of lying snuggled up in a blanket next to someone, and just a little like the smell of their hair as well. Just little sort of synesthesia things like that kind of float through you. And then Phig is just like on the floor. Phig, who you now know is Phig. You're muted.
Yeah, now know that Phig thinks of herself as Phig at this current moment. I'm slightly overwhelmed by multiple other people's memories, but just going to sink between specifically you and Thea, just kind of just bring you down and hold your hands. Okay.
He was murdered by Our Lady of the Underground. Maybe that's why they didn't want us to remember. This is what I was saying. What if the gods didn't want us to know each other? Eurydice's not here. Did she forget?
No. But you keep speaking in plurals. What if the gods didn't want you to know? I mean, and just looking at Office and going, one of them does.
Wait.
It's at this point now that all of your memories are back that you get a message hit you, Phig.
Names
And
of
it's
prophecy.
it's in Elpinor's voice. And it just says, I'm sorry, but and we'll double check with Tom what the actual message is, but it's along the lines of, I'm sorry, my real name is Orpheus.
Orpheus. I think as soon as she starts getting the message through, there's just all of the conversations that they've been having about names being a prophecy and the repetition of the people from the stories appearing and the fact he was Elpenor, the Forgotten, and then all of the stuff with Eurydice. Of course it's obvious to her. So she says it out loud as soon as the message starts coming through.
Oakley, Furness, and Barker all sit up and look at you at that. Sorry, Eudora.
I'm just going, that's the, I think in the ideas of people forgetting it, that's the name that Eudora could not remember. A musical man who went and left, and they're going, oh, it is.
He never told me. Or he tried to, as he died. But it seems so obvious now. I think she's just going to sink into Eudora's hug.
Now we know. What do we do?
He's dead. He's dead and they made us forget.
Oakley and Barker move back towards the door to get away from the heat, but Oakley just says, he's dead, but he shouldn't be. If he's Orpheus, as you've just said, he has a destiny and a prophecy that he needs to live through. He shouldn't be dead. That will disrupt the balance.
He ran away from it. That's what he was talking about. That was the whole thing with him and Eurydice. He ran away from it.
If he's now not alive to live through it again, then what does that mean for us? That's going to cause complications to the world, to our world at least, that we've never heard of. There's never been a broken cycle like that. There's always been an Orpheus and Eurydice throughout history. They might have gone throughout myth and legend. They may have always gone by different names. They may not always be here, but they've always been somewhere. This is the chosen, sort of the two chosen for this one, but for this life, for this generation, for this myth and legend, but
I knew I could never be her.
We don't have to be them.
Not what I was talking about. Doesn't matter.
they are just names, however. Just because you're named Eurydice doesn't mean that you're the one that's destined to be part of that prophecy.
6 months ago, I think I would have believed you. But I believe that less and less now.
Well, I don't know about anybody else, but somebody who shouldn't be dead is currently dead. Where I'm from, if that's the case, you tend to get your dead back.
What is...
She was killed. He was killed by the queen of the underworld. How much more certain about needing to be dead, should be dead, do you need to be?
That's your loophole. That's your loophole right there. The gods, and I don't know what the laws are like here, but the gods shouldn't be intervening in mortal affairs.
Have you not been paying attention? They do that all the time.
Oh yeah, they definitely do. They drag us into it all the time where I'm from, but when it direct involvement in personal lives, they shouldn't be doing that. There's your loophole.
I'm sorry, I need to introduce you to the stories of Zeus.
I heard of him. He reminds me a lot of the All-Father. The All-Father sounds a lot smarter, though. Less of a pig. Still not a great person, but...
There's a part of what you're saying that, if that's true, then, never mind.
No. Fig, speak your mind. Sorry, Eudora. This is Theo speaking.
It's... I can say it afterwards, if you have... But Fig's important.
No, you go. You go.
Here are the things we know. Fig. The decision of one is not the decision of all. These patterns repeat over and over, but they are moldable, and this time there have been significant differences. With you, with me, with countless knows who others. There are also stories of those who get sent down, and specifically obvious. And the journey is to bring them back.
But he's in the underworld this time.
Okay.
And I don't know if you remember the story, the one that was in the underworld to start with did not come back.
So we changed the story. Again.
You don't, I can't sing to make the rocks move.
It doesn't have to be singing. I have a hammer, and you have determination.
Do I?
Okay, I have your determination, and I will hold it to you until you feel better. With feelings regardless, it's also... But they were saying that if the story doesn't get told, regardless of outcome, it dislodges, you said, the nature of the joining of the worlds? I'm just looking at the dryads, because I think they were the ones talking about it.
There are those in life in all different cultures that are destined to live out certain myths and legends. Orpheus and Eurydice is the most prevalent one at the moment to this situation. That will happen for years and years to come. If that cycle is broken in some way, then that could have catastrophic effects on everywhere.
Surely Persephone knew that.
But what if your goddess doesn't care? What if she's got a gripe? Sounds like she might have a gripe with someone.
But this is awful so much.
I hate to hark on about it, but you see it all the time where I'm from. If there was if the giants of my lands do something, even scratch their backs wrong, Thor, one of my gods, is on them and killing them like anything.
That's really not the encouragement that you think it would be.
Sorry, but you get what I mean.
But it proves my point. No, I don't get what you mean, because it proves my point. If the gods cared enough to wipe our memories, why not just kill us? If this is how they wanted things to be, then if we push against it, are we not just going to incur the wrath of the gods?
I don't think that's true. And I don't know where it comes from, but your story was changed. Mine.
Maybe it shouldn't have.
Don't say that, but...
Maybe that's the problem.
Well, because if you're saying that, then I should be dead. I shouldn't be. And I should be. Everyone... Theo would have been left without someone to care for him. All sorts of things would be happening. But I can't help but feel that... something sent me to you guys. To help. That's what it feels like. Something has sent me, or someone has sent me here to help you specifically. So someone cares.
At this point, you haven't noticed this because of all the emotion going on, but Glaucus is not on your arm, and you hear a dink 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 noise coming from over near the counter. And you can look over there and you can see Glaucus has stood on your shield and is tapping on the owl symbol. Dink, 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 dink.
What is it?
Dink, 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 dink. Just knocking on it.
Fine. We'll stand up and go over to it.
You go over to it and you can see your shield, which is the symbol of an owl. A shield that was designed, the symbol was designed by Elpenor to honor your goddess Athena. And it's at that point, as you get over there and Glaucus finishes tapping, he then flies off and lands on Eudora's shoulder and begins tapping Eudora on the head as well.
Don't hurt her.
But he's doing it gently. He's just like, dun, dun. But he's doing it in the same rhythmic motions as what he was doing on the shield.
Yes, she fixed the shield.
I think he's trying to tell you something else.
Use your words, Glaucus. We can literally telepathically communicate.
This is true. Generic bird noise in your head.
He just wants to be mysterious and cool.
Yeah. Just wants to be really mysterious. It's not his voice that you hear. You hear an ethereal female voice come through. Listen to what she is telling you. Somebody sent her to guide you. There is more to Eudora than what you might know. And the stories you may have heard about the prophecies that she lives through. She is a perfect example of how it can be different. You are smart. You are hesitant, and you are holding back.
What you're asking me to do, I don't know if I have the courage to. What if I go down there and I'm supposed to stay while he comes back?
I wouldn't be sending you down there or encouraging you to go down there if that was going to be the case. There's something that tells me that maybe the king of the underworld isn't aware of it. There is something going on with Persephone that has me worried. My father will not listen to me, nor will any of the other gods, other than Hermes. You are the closest link that we have to all of it. Eudora is one of the closest who's come in contact with us, although she may not remember it. She will in time.
Is there a way I can help her?
Be there for her. Take her with you. There will be things that she will learn down there that will jog her memory. She also needs to remember herself.
I think I'm assuming that Phig is the only one who is hearing this conversation.
This is all happening in your head.
Staring at you, having intense eye contact with this bird on my
That's literally what's happening, yeah.
She's just like staring. I think at some point through it, she has just kneeled, though.
Instinctively.
Yeah. If this is what you decree in your wisdom, I will trust you. Even if I don't quite trust myself yet.
There's no more words that come through, but a warm feeling instead. And as you sort of come out of that sort of like headspace that you were in, that you sort of gone into, Glaucs has their forehead pushed up against, or their head pushed up against your forehead. And then you get one final peck on the head as he flies off.
You know, what she didn't actually say was how to get there.
And Eudora is kind of kneeling awkwardly, kind of in your lap, so that Glaucus could get to your head. So
hello.
Hello.
Sorry.
Sorry, you went down and you were having an intense eye contact thing, and he wanted to move forward. So, hello.
Furnace, you said that the gods couldn't listen in here.
Well, yeah, that's what I was. That's what I was told.
Might want to check that.
Shit. Oh no, Aphrodite's not going to be very happy with me.
That is a conversation for another time. Eudora, I am sorry to ask this of you. How do you feel about going to the underworld?
Terrified. When are we leaving?
That might be slightly more difficult than you might be thinking. This is Oakley speaking. One of the things that Eurydice said before she moved on to the next grove was that she'd noticed that a large, more of a presence of more security was being put on the few gates into the underworld that we have here. So it might be difficult for you to get there from here.
But they do exist.
There are gates to the hell here. One of them's guarded by, as you would believe, Cerberus. Another one is guarded by a large Cyclops. One of the Titans, used as a lapdog.
I can't imagine they feel great about that.
Can
No,
we get one with the puppy?
I mean it's not just the puppy that's there now. There's a whole legion guarding the gate for whatever reason it is. So it's going to be difficult for you to get through. I might be able to help with that. Something that's a little bit different. something that's the same about our different places is that we all have a place where our dead go. They're all connected, is the thing. That's the thing that I learned, is each of the underworlds, hells, whatever you want to call them, they are all connected via a very thin veil. I could take you to mine, and then you could get into your own from there.
We talked about running away to the north. Maybe I'll actually be able to see it.
Well,
That's a
we'll
great
go
idea,
through.
Buck.
We'll travel through the world tree. That's what we'll do. You won't actually get to see the north, although I promise we'll take you there when you come back. But I can take you straight to my underworld, as you call it, from there.
That sounds like a plan. Right. Good question. When are we going? Theo, you should send a message to Corinna.
I want to come with you.
I can't ask that of you.
But Ellie's my family too.
I've done so much to try to protect you.
And what, you think it's fair to let... You think it's fair for me to let you go into the underworld without me?
We went and fought the Griffin without you.
I had no choice in that.
We wouldn't have let you come with us, even if you hadn't a choice. But you have been training hard. You're very capable. Only if you're sure.
I definitely want to, yes.
We'll have to send a note back to Corinna. Somehow, someone will need to go back with the herbs.
Oh yeah. That does put a bit of a... That actually does help out quite a bit. I can't take that many people with me on the road. Some might call this convenient, but I can only take 2 of you. And myself.
Oh. That would have been useful to know before we had this difficult conversation, Brock.
Sorry, I thought you were going to talk about something else, and I'm still picking up my stones, so, everybody dropped them on the floor, and I'm now picking them up.
Sure.
Thank you very much. Yep. Yeah, my transport method, I can only take 2 of you. If I take any more, it risks disrupting the magical sort of barrier in the pathway, and if one of you falls off of the tree, you're gone forever.
Oh, good. I suppose I didn't imagine it would be easy.
Is that too... Because then wouldn't it just be Phig and Glaucopis? That's 2.
Oh, as far as I'm aware, that feathered friend of yours there is a creature of magical creation.
Athena sent him to me.
Yeah, so it counts as a part of you. So, one of the many loopholes that magic has.
Okay. So...
Theo, just know I'm not leaving you behind on purpose. I believe you when you say that you want to come. I believe you when you say that you're strong enough.
No, it's fine. I'll take the bits back to Corinna. I'll look into what's going on with Sponder as well. And I'll keep the town safe. That'll be my job.
You'll do a great job.
From the undead that I've only just remembered about.
Yes. Well, I suppose if we're going down there, we can tell the big guy himself about that and see if he knows about that too.
Yeah, okay. Good luck. And he gives you a big hug.
Yeah, the biggest hug back.
And then he turns to Eudora and goes to give Eudora a hug.
Wait, I've got more bombs. Can you pick up? I've got a shipment coming to Fabric, can you go get the fabric and make sure it's there, ready to go? And also, I've got another shipment of minerals that we're going to be trading in. Ricardo knows everything. Just
You want me to keep an eye on him, don't you?
yes.
I would. Yes, I'll definitely do that.
Keep safe and keep the lights on for when we get back.
We'll make sure that Theo leaves here safely, and we'll guide him straight out of the forest itself and make sure he's on a straight path back to Erithos without any interruptions.
Oakley, did you get any other memories back about why we remembered you here when you weren't?
No, my memories partially stayed the same, other than the insert of Elpenor into them. I was after your first day here, your first night here. I was asked to head up further into the forest to deal with an altercation between the wolves and some humans that had come through. The humans that we'd seen that day come through. So, no, I don't remember anything. I wasn't here. This is why I don't remember it.
Another mystery. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know. In that case, someone was impersonating you. Maybe it was also Persephone. I don't know. It feels linked.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll make sure that Theo gets out of here, okay?
Thank you. Much appreciated. Can we take some snacks from the buffet for the road?
Yeah, we'll pack some food for you. In fact, we'll go get that now while you begin making your final preparations.
I need an hour. I want to play with this tin. I want to do stuff to my gauntlet. I've got out of character. I've got spells I want to use that I've now got a reason based on what the properties of tin can do. I want to electromagnetize my gauntlet.
Yeah. What's his name? Furnace comes forward and is like, "Yeah, I saw the way the tin reacted to your magic. Using it as a conductor sounds like a fantastic idea. I'd love to get your thoughts and work together with you over this brief period that we have, if that's okay."
Absolutely.
Amazing. Awesome. Please come out the back with me. Yeah, you don't mind if we just quickly go have a little fiddle with this tin out the back?
I mean, weirdly worded, but
I am
yes,
a satyr.
She's right. This woman I have known about a month, but already she is my sister, and if you touch her, well, you worked on that spear, so you know what it can do.
I hear you. She's not my type, but I hear you. Go on, let's go.
Have fun. You're gorgeous. Go have fun.
While those two head out the back, Phig, as I can call you now, what would you like to do? Theo's there with you. Oakley and Barker have both left. Actually, no, Barker would still be there because somebody needs to still keep an eye on you. Oakley's left to go get all of your stuff together, and Brock has left as well because he needs to go pack his stuff up to leave.
Yeah. I think there would be a moment of sort of wanting to just sort of walk around the grove and re-see it again, as she did before. The little moments that they'd had about sort of seeing how beautiful it was, I think has just sort of come back to her. But we'll, just take a moment, like, there's a lot of big hugging with Theo. And just little moments of, like, just be careful, Theo. I know we always drummed this into you, but I don't know, I'll say it again. Just be nice to everyone you meet. Just keep being a good host. You do this. You already do. You're wonderful. You're the best little brother I could hope for.
You're the best big sister I could ever hope for, so thank you.
When you look into what's going on with Sponda, just be careful and try and stay out of the politics of it if you can. and keep an eye out for an older lady wearing purple, of all things.
Yeah, even I know that's something to do with royals, so that's strange.
I don't... She's not been... I mean, there's part of me that's wondering if it was Athena.
Might have been.
But
Been with you all along.
not how she's typically depicted. Anyway, just keep being you. You'll be great. I know it.
I will. Hey kid. Hey kid. You can both turn around and Brock is there having packed all of his stuff up. Take some of these, and he hands Theo some of the rune stones that we used in the ritual. So that's still got some residual magic in it from that ritual. If there's anybody that you want to remember, anybody you know that's forgotten your friend, that's forgotten Elpinor, if you want them to remember, give them this rune stone. The
Correct.
remnants of the magic will seep into them, and then they'll remember Elpinor. Just be prepared for some more of what happened in there to happen. Just be prepared for that. I will.
Corinna, at the very least.
Yeah, that's somebody I was thinking of straight away. Yeah.
All right. Good luck.
Good luck.
I'll try and figure out a way to send you a signal as soon as I can.
Yeah. Goes to give you a big hug. Right, now I need to go find Calliope. Hippolyta? Calliope. Hippolyta? Calliope. I'm so confused. We have two horses?
We have two horses?
I'll go see if Calliope's in the stables and take both of them.
Hippolyta wasn't asked to begin with. Was she like a... Is Barker here?
Yes, Barker would be with you, yeah.
Yeah. Barker, was Hippolyta one of yours? Not yours personally, but like of the Grove?
Nods.
Right, okay, so you knew that and you gave us the wrong horse.
Looks confused. Points to their head. And then sort of does the gesture of brain blowing out of the side.
Huh.
And then shrugs.
Head to the stables, take the horse that they give you.
Okay.
But
Be
look
safe.
after her well.
I will. Be safe. Come back.
I'll do my best.
He gets in really close and gets really sort of intense look on his face towards you before it really softens up. Don't think that I won't come down into the underworld to get you if you stay down there.
Hey, look, Theo. If Athena herself told me to go down there, then who am I to argue?
Good.
Love you.
Love you too. And he goes off to go get one of the two horses. Mystery for the next time you're back in Erithos. Which one did he get? We will quickly shift back to what Furnace and Eudora are up to before we wrap up the session. As he leads you into the back, you can see that there is a big, massive, in the corner, right at the back, there is a big, massive space that has been left for a bed, 5 beds, all. So it's like a triple queen size, or whatever the largest mattress you can get, style bed is, to the point where it's taken up an entire corner of the floor, and there's like loads of pillows and everything. That's his bed. But the rest of it is just a workshop where there are blueprints of things lying around. There's half-made armor, half-made weapons. Something that shocks you is there looks to be a half-made flying contraption hanging from the ceiling with some blueprints next to it, and it looks burnt and charred in places. He's hurrying around and starts clearing a space off of one of the table and dumps the tin on it. Doesn't pay attention to what you're doing.
How did you get that?
Okay, what? That thing. It was given to me. Said that somebody tried flying a bit too close to the sun, I think it was, or so. It's going along the sort of the Icarus story, but this was more recent. So I was just given it to have a look at to see if I could actually make something out of it that actually works properly. I've not had a chance to look at it properly yet.
Worked fine.
I mean, the look of it begs to differ.
Something else happened. But it was working fine.
Hang on, wait, what? You recognise this?
Mine.
Is it? Is that where all of your marks came from?
You're so polite. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, but that was given to me. Sort of stares at you really awkwardly. Shall we get back to the tin?
Yes. But I just want you to know that it was... I don't make mistakes. It was working fine. Anyway, yes, I have two things I want to do. I want to kind of see if I can add some electromagnetics. That's a thing. I want to make my gauntlets make my hard light go boom. And I also want to make my hammer also go boom. I want a lot of things to go boom.
Okay, so you want them to go boom, but in what way exactly?
I feel like...
What does Tallia want?
So essentially, thinking about logistically, what I spent, there's going to be in the after show as well, but I spent a lot of time having to sit down and look at my spells and go, okay, so how would these feasibly work?
Mm-hmm.
Based on the technology that we assume I have created plus technology at the time. So essentially, I want between some of the spells in the hammer, some of the spells in the gauntlet, and also I would like to I make my Eldritch Cannon.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you can definitely do that over the course of the hour. You can use that tin to, along with some other materials that Furnace provides for you, you can use that to help make your Eldritch Cannon.
Some of the tin, some of the wood and metals that I've been carrying from my old plane.
You are going to horrify the locals of this era with that.
We'll come up with what that looks like when you get a chance to use it. But you notice when you get some of the pieces off of your old plane that there are some schematics to it that are with it. Some of them are half drawn, probably in Furnace's like sort of style. Some of it though has your. Some of it is yours, and some of it is signed by your father.
When did that happen?
Let out and have a little look, and it's pretty much the exact same as what you've done, except for it's older, and there are key pieces to it that are missing that would have meant that if he had tried making it, it wouldn't have worked. So it's like an earlier version of what you've done. You can see that the wingspan isn't far enough or long enough. You can see that there isn't enough of the joints to connect to it to keep the wings in place. There isn't a way for it to land safely on this one. It looks like it was very rudimentary, but looks to be one of your father's earlier designs.
I'm going to keep an eye on that and make a note of it, but I also know that we're on a time crunch before we leave, and I've got a lot of things to make, so this is going to be a pondering that I will ponder later.
Just as you're about to leave, Furnace will say to you, if at any point you want to come back and have a look at that and maybe work together on rebuilding it, please do let me know. I'd be glad to have the company the company and the help with it. It's sort of scratching my head over it a little bit.
The schematics are layered over, so some of the joining, the equations don't connect the way that they did. But it should be easy enough to put back together again. But thank you for your help. It was really appreciated, and I very much loved learning to see how you worked.
Thank you. It was good to see how you worked as well, and I look forward to hearing stories about your contraption that you've made.
It's good, but I have multiple things that go boom.
That sounds good. As Brock and Phig appear in the doorway to the furnace. Are you ready to go? Both of you?
Got you a packed dinner.
Thank you.
And the three of you can begin heading out of the grove and into the forest. Brock is going to take you to... I mean, you don't know how he transports himself between places, so you're going to find that out. But I think that's a story for our next episode. So thank you very much, everybody, for watching. We have been Roll Together RPG. If you like what you've seen, we do D&D content on Mondays at 6 p.m. UK time over on Twitch. We also do other content throughout the week. Keep an eye on our social medias and join our Discord to keep up to date with what we are doing, what, where, who, what, where, and when. Massive thank you to our sponsors and supporters, and to the D20 Club, Dice Heads, and other tiers on Patreon. They are fantastic. They are the best. You can join them from as little as one of your local currency per month, or one goat, which must be sent to Tom for a variety of different reasons by following all of the links down below. Speaking of down below, please do consider liking this video, commenting down below, and subscribing to this channel, because it helps the algorithm tell us what you like, so we know what to make more of for you. Massive thank you, everybody, and we will see you next time. Bye.